Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to play default as a T on Overpass in CS2. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. By the way, we are doing free giveaways every month. In these giveaways, you can win various CS2 skins and free CS2 course access passes created by a Faceit level 10 coach who has experience in high tier CS2 teams. To sign up, simply visit the CS2 polls giveaway page and follow the instructions. Link is in the description. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So let's begin by talking about the split itself. The split is going to be 2 are going to go towards B, 1 is going to go short and monster. The other 2 are going to go towards A site. One of them is going to go balloons and the other one is going to go long, but they can also play long together. I'm going to talk about that later on in the video. And one of them is just going to go towards connector. So now let's begin by talking about B site itself. So for the B players, the only person who has to have a really decent spawn is going to be the person who's going to play in monster. He's going to have a pretty mediocre spawn. He doesn't really need a perfect spawn, for example the closest one, but the closer the better for this player, because he's going to stand in this corner straight ahead and he's just going to look directly in the bottom of the B sign, jump throw and throw a quick Molotov in short to block off any CTs who might be pushing to take waterfall control. And this is just going to be a simple supportive Molotov for this player. He's just going to run, jump throw quickly, and then after he lands the molly, he's just going to instantly run towards the corner of monster. For me, the best position to play in is going to be this one, because not only can you just camp in this corner, you can also throw a pretty decent flash aiming around here to pop out for your teammates if they're gonna peek out through this tunnel in short, as I said, for this teammate. So he can also throw an assisted flash, but aside from that, he's just gonna stand in this corner, hold the position. For entering, he's not really ideal because it's very difficult to entry as a solo towards monster, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. Instead, you should assist your teammate in short to take the control of short and waterfall. So now let's talk about the short player. He doesn't really have to have an ideal spawn as well. He just has to have a pretty decent spawn, a decent enough spawn to just run towards short as well. So he's just gonna run, and as he runs this area, he can surf through this way to have a faster momentum. And then as he peeks out here, I suggest, in my opinion, just going to the right side of this circle and just pressing jump to just quickly have the slight strafe to just quickly bait out any players who might be having a really good position, or for example they're boosted up on top of this position and boost, so you can just instantly jump out and have a weirder off angle and a weirder peak, so you just mess up kind of the aim of these players who are boosted, for example, or holding the position. But apart from that, this player is just gonna run, simply take the control of short. He might have a lot of aim duels. It depends really on the enemies if they play aggressive towards waterfall, but mainly this player is just gonna play really aggressive towards this area, take the control, and he needs to take control up to around this area to make sure that none of the CTs can just simply peek out like so and try to catch anyone who might be peeking from connector out of your team, or for example something like that. So he's just gonna take the control and just stay here for the round, and he might try to entry later on in the round. For example, he can't peek out this area, try to catch anyone who might be playing in barrels. It is a bit risky, but it is also a pretty decent entry position for this player. Now let's talk about the connector player. This player doesn't really need a specific spawn. He's just gonna play a bit more passively in the start if he wants to play it very safe. So he's just gonna run, drop down like so, and position himself in this right corner, because in the start the CTs, as they run here, they should at least, or most likely they do, throw the Molotov, banking it off against the wall to prevent any quick pushes, because rushing connector in general is really good, but since the CTs love to use utility here, it becomes not worth it. Even if they throw smoke, pushing through the smoke is really bad in my opinion. So you're just going to be the player who's going to be holding the door, preventing any of the CTs to quickly rotate through waterfall, for example, because just in case if you don't take short control as a short player, or you just die and lose it, you have to make sure that none of the CTs decide to open the doors and try to fight for you. So that's why you just mainly have to focus towards this door, hold this angle, and later on, once the mollies fade, once the smokes fade out, you should quickly clear this corner if it is smoked, because the CTs love to jump on top of this corner as well. And then you should just quickly clear this area entirely and focus towards going up, because just staying here, unless you don't have waterfall control and you want to take it with your short player, if you just lost the control and wants to retake it, then you can definitely do that. But in my opinion, otherwise you just should go towards this area, take the control of the entire connector, and then go towards banana and take toilet controls with your other teammates. And finally, these are going to be the last 2 players. This is going to be the player who's going to play in balloons. He doesn't really have to have any good spawns as well. He's just going to run straight ahead through this area. He's going to quickly peek, and be careful for any operators who might play in this position. So if you want to counter that, as you run, you can quickly throw a quick nade, try to move to the left side of the wall to just quickly jump throughout this area so you don't get sniped, and you can just quickly have a slight jump spot as well to peek out for any information. And then you can just also run towards this area. You can quickly clear toilets by peeking it like so, and once you clear this area, this peak, you can just quickly focus up with your teammates, go towards this area, and then later on in the round, as I mentioned, you can gather up with your teammate who is going to be playing in towards this area where connector is. And once you gather up, it becomes really easy for you to take the control of banana and toilets as well. And finally, this is going to be the fifth player, who is going to be the long player. He's just going to simply run throughout this entire area. He's just running, and instead of going here, he should go towards the left side so he can instantly focus towards long. And as he runs here, he needs to clear this position. This player can also ask his fountain teammate, who's going to be standing in the round fountain area, to just throw a quick pop out flash for his teammate, just in case you want to just quickly peek out after the flash to have a safer peek, because a lot of times players love to play with an op in long, so you can just quickly clear this position. And this player can rather go through toilets and gather up with his teammates together, or instead this player can also go towards balloons. He can just go towards this area, focus towards it, and he can go with his teammates, and later on in the round you and this team will just take the control of long later on in the round, for example. Or you don't even have to, you can just focus towards toilets, take the control of A site more. It's up to you really. But with all these positions, you have a pretty much really decent setup, and you can also do some team play with it. For example, if you have a connector player, and as I mentioned, he wants to take short control or water control with his teammate who was the short player, you can just stand in this corner, look straight ahead, just left click throw a flash that bounces off this area to have a really good pop out flash like so. So after he throws the flash lineup, he just instantly opens the door, peeks out, takes control with his teammate. This is a pretty crucial strat that you need to know. So this is, for example, one of the lineups that you can definitely do. You can also team play with your teammate with a connector who might be going towards this area, and the connector player in general is going to be one of the more crucial players when it comes to rotating, because he's going to manage the entire rotations. He's going to cut off connector. Once you have toilet control, then you automatically have this control of connector as well, so you can just instantly rotate from side to side doing fakes, for example, or any other utility. Usually the players who are going to be playing in towards the toilet control need to take it up towards this area. Once they clear this, then they are pretty much safe, and they cut off the CT's positioning, because the CTs are left standing in around default areas, for example, or truck. So they're just going to be standing there, and you will have a lot of control and have a huge chance of winning the round, because once you just cut the CTs off so much that they can just sit in the side themselves and they can't even hold this control of toilets and banana, then you know that you have a really good chance of winning the round, because you can do a lot of fakes and a lot of other executes. For example, you can just simply stand in this corner, as I've shown in previous videos, and in the middle of this umbrella, jump throw, look in the bottom corner, jump throw as well. You can throw some pretty decent nades to fake as well. So you can also do some sort of plays like that and then instantly rotate towards this area. This is why the default on Overpass is fairly simple. The only important thing is that you have to take control of banana and eliminate this position and connector, and you also have to clear waterfall if you want the best round possible. Thank you everyone for watching the video. This was how to play default as a T on Overpass in CS2. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and comment down in the comments below on what you want us to do next, and I'll see you in the next video.